three best books. This episode's the three best books for productivity. Let's just go straight into it with the bonus book, which is Deep Work. When I first read it, it sparked so much improvement for productivity. The first half of it is sort of setting you up to understand how deep work works, presidents and different types of people who use deep work in different ways. Small time frames for deep work, longer time frames to do deep work. It's dependent on each person's style. I've never looked at work the same way, and when I'm doing deep work, it's always really impactful and powerful work. It's never sitting there sort of doing some busy work. It's actually being productive, how to implement actual productivity. And that is the 10x rule by Cardone. I've never looked at my work ethic the same way since I've read this book. Aiming 10 times more than you want. Let's say you want to earn £1,000. Well, let's ramp that up to £10,000. Even if you don't hit that £10,000, you've made way more than the 1,000 that you wanted. So that's the whole premise of the book, is to 10x your goals and 10x your energy and just generally work a lot harder. He's really successful. If you look at his sales stuff, he's like one of the top people. His motivation is some of the best that you can have. Flow. The way that we get into flow and the way that we can sort of get into the moment as we're doing things, and whether that be just work on the side or climbing a mountain, it's just different ways to get into the flow moment. But what Mihaly does is he just finds out the different flow work that people do in different industries, and how he explains how it's relatable to any scenario that you're in. This is probably one of the most intellectual books I've ever read. The words that he uses, some of them I'd never heard of. They're so intellectual. And yeah, so my vocabulary has increased since reading this book. I think it's Freud he mentions quite a bit. But yeah, he basically goes over psychology, and so the premise of this book is how to do work and just sort of naturally attain happiness from just completing things. The Attacker's Advantage by Charan, for people who are really going into uncertain scenarios. This is fantastic to understand, get the acute sort of sensory understanding of things that are changing in the environment, whether that be, it's all in business really, things that are changing in the global scene, or within an industry or around the industries, just to keep an eye on everything, to really understand that there's so much to be open-minded about. He basically says that anytime there has been any major shifts in an industry, there were signals that these shifts were happening. He talks about bad decisions business leaders have made, good decisions business leaders have made, and just dissects it and really makes us aware of those opportunities. The Attacker's Advantage, it's all about the offense and being on top of it. So yeah, we got the Attacker's Advantage, number 3. We got Flow for number 2, and 10x rule as the number 1 for Cardone, and then a bonus at the start of Deep Work. But yeah, I hope this helped and maybe gave some ideas of inspiration. Yeah, big ups.